Why do we spend more than we earn, even when we know better? Maybe you've promised yourself countless times that this month would be different. You'd stick to your budget, save more, and avoid unnecessary purchases. But somehow, by the end of the month, your bank account looks eerily familiar, emptier than you expected. The truth isn't just about discipline or bad habits. It's deeper. It's in the way our brains are wired, the way we respond to emotions, and the way society subtly nudges us to spend. Today, we're diving into the psychology of money, why we overspend, why saving can feel impossible, and what you can do to finally take control. I'm sure many of you can relate to this story. Meet Sarah, a young professional who earns a comfortable salary. On paper, she's doing well. But by the 25th of every month, she's already running low on cash. Every time she gets paid, a portion disappears almost automatically. Subscriptions, online shopping, lunches with friends, and impulsive buys she swore she didn't need. She feels frustrated, even guilty, yet she doesn't understand why it keeps happening. Sarah isn't lazy, careless, or financially illiterate. Like millions of people around the world, she's a victim of the way our brains are designed, combined with emotional triggers and social influences. One of the strongest forces that drive overspending is instant gratification. Humans are wired to seek immediate rewards rather than wait for long-term gains. This is why that new phone or flashy gadget looks so irresistible, even when your current device works perfectly fine. Our brains release dopamine, a feel-good chemical, when we get something new, and it makes the purchase feel rewarding in the moment. But this short-term pleasure often comes at the expense of long-term financial health. Think about it. Every small impulse buy adds up over time, quietly sabotaging your goals of saving, investing, or building wealth. There's a psychological concept called the marshmallow test, which many of you might have heard about. Children were given a choice: eat one marshmallow now, or wait 15 minutes and get two. Those who could wait tended to perform better later in life, including in financial situations. The lesson is simple. Delaying gratification can profoundly impact your financial success. The problem is, in today's world, we're surrounded by opportunities for instant reward, sales, online shopping, buy now, pay later services. Recognizing this urge and pausing before spending is the first step toward breaking the cycle. The second major factor that drives overspending is social influence. Humans are naturally social creatures, and we have an innate desire to fit in or be admired. When we see friends or influencers flaunting luxurious lifestyles on Instagram or TikTok, it creates a subtle pressure. If they can afford this, shouldn't I? This phenomenon is often called keeping up with the Joneses. Take Carlos, a young professional who recently got his first decent paycheck. He had planned to save half of it, but after scrolling through social media and seeing friends post about new cars, vacations, and designer clothing, he found himself making purchases he hadn't planned. He felt proud in the moment, but regretted it later when he checked his bank balance. Social comparison drives spending, even when we consciously know it's unnecessary. One practical solution is to focus on your own financial goals and limit exposure to content that triggers envy or unnecessary purchases. The third key driver of overspending is emotion. Many people spend to cope with stress, sadness, boredom, or even excitement. It's a behavior often described as retail therapy. When life feels overwhelming, shopping can temporarily boost our mood, providing a sense of control or comfort. But these purchases are rarely necessary and rarely solve the underlying emotional problem. Consider Maria, who had a tough day at work. She came home stressed, anxious, and frustrated. Her solution? Order a few items online to make herself feel better. The dopamine spike was immediate, but the relief was short-lived. By the next day, the stress was still there, and now she also had the added stress of overspending. Recognizing these emotional triggers is crucial. Instead of reaching for a shopping cart, find healthier alternatives: a short walk, journaling, meditation, or even talking with a friend. Over time, these small changes can reduce emotional spending dramatically. Overspending isn't just about emotions, It's also about the cognitive biases that affect our decisions. One common bias is anchoring. This is when we compare prices to arbitrary reference points. For example, a designer shirt is on sale for $80, down from $200. You feel like you're getting a deal, even if $80 is still far more than you would normally spend. Anchoring tricks your mind into thinking you're saving money, when in reality, you're still spending unnecessarily. Another bias is overconfidence. Many of us tell ourselves, "I'll make more money next month, so it's okay to spend now." The problem is, future income is never guaranteed, and overspending today can lead to stress, debt, or missed investment opportunities tomorrow. Even small biases like status quo bias, preferring to maintain current habits rather than change, can add up. Subscriptions, automatic renewals, and habitual spending often go unnoticed until they become a serious drain on finances. Awareness is the first step. The moment you recognize a bias influencing your spending, you gain a chance to pause, question, and redirect your money toward your goals. So, what can you do to stop overspending and take control of your finances? Here are 3 actionable tips that can help immediately. 1. Delay purchases. Next time you feel the urge to buy something impulsively, wait 24 to 48 hours. Often the urge will fade and you'll realize you don't actually need the item. 2. Set clear financial goals. When you have a specific reason to save, whether it's a vacation, an emergency fund, or investing in your future, it's easier to resist impulse spending. Track your progress visually, like with an app or chart, so you see the results of self-control. 3. Limit exposure to triggers. Unfollow social media accounts that make you feel pressured to spend, unsubscribe from unnecessary marketing emails, and avoid window shopping when you're bored or emotional. Reducing exposure to temptation makes a huge difference over time. Understanding the psychology behind money is more than just an academic exercise, it's the first step to financial freedom. Overspending isn't always about discipline, it's about awareness, strategy, and small behavioral changes that compound over time. Start observing your spending habits today. Notice when you buy out of emotion, comparison, or habit, and consciously decide a better course of action. Your financial health doesn't have to be a constant struggle. By understanding why you spend more than you earn and applying these small strategies, you can take control, save more, and invest in the life you truly want. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below with the biggest money habit you want to change. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress, one conscious decision at a time.